Today, I would like to talk about the latest management strategy of Maersk, one of the world's leading shipping companies, with a particular focus on its push for stable growth through business diversification. The main sources for today's discussion are articles from Maritime Press and the Japan Maritime Daily, covering Maersk's full-year 2025 financial results and its forward-looking strategy. In addition, I will refer to recent shipping market data to explain why Maersk is now placing such strong emphasis on businesses outside traditional ocean shipping. Let's begin with Maersk's earnings and the current state of its logistics and services business. Maersk has long been known as the world's largest container shipping company. However, since 2016, it has positioned itself as a container logistics integrator, aiming to provide end-to-end services covering ocean transport, air freight, inland logistics, and customs clearance. In its latest results, Maersk is clearly prioritizing improvements in the profitability of its logistics and services segment, known as L&S, as well as its terminal business. Looking first at the logistics and services segment in 2025, revenue increased by 1.2% year-on-year to approximately $15.1 billion. More notably, EBIT rose by 36% to around $700 million. This improvement was driven by operational efficiency and stricter cost control. As a result, the EBIT margin improved to 4.8%, although it remains below Maersk's medium-term target of over 6%. CEO Vincent Clerc has stated that the company is not satisfied with the current level, and that improving L&S profitability will remain a top priority in 2026. Whether Maersk can further strengthen this segment will be a key issue going forward. Turning to the terminal business, this segment delivered particularly strong performance. Revenue increased by roughly 20%, while EBIT rose by about 31%, both reaching record highs. A major factor behind this growth is the new partnership with Hapag-Lloyd under the Gemini framework. The Gemini strategy focuses on a hub-and-spoke network to improve schedule reliability. Because Maersk's own terminals are positioned as core hubs, container volumes handled at these terminals increased by approximately 9%. In addition, higher terminal tariffs driven by inflation also contributed to earnings growth. Return on invested capital reached 16.1%, far exceeding the company's target of 9%. At present, the terminal business has become one of Maersk's most important profit drivers. So why is Maersk accelerating diversification beyond ocean shipping? The primary reason is the high volatility of the shipping market. From 2025 into 2026, a large number of new container vessels ordered during the pandemic are scheduled for delivery, raising concerns about prolonged oversupply. Maersk itself is taking a cautious view of 2026. CEO Clerc has warned that container freight rates are likely to decline, and the company has indicated that adjusted EBIT could fall to a loss of up to $1.5 billion in a worst-case scenario. If transit through the Suez Canal fully resumes, excess capacity could increase further. Relying solely on ocean shipping would expose the company to significant downside risk during market downturns. This is why Maersk is working to build a more stable earnings base through logistics services, which are less sensitive to freight rate cycles, and terminals, which generate revenue as long as ships continue to operate. As CFO Patrick Jany has explained, portfolio diversification is intended to act as a buffer against market volatility. Looking ahead, Maersk has pointed out a global underinvestment in terminal capacity and plans to invest heavily over the next decade. This reflects not only a focus on profitability, but also an intention to take a leading role in easing supply chain bottlenecks worldwide. While 2026 is expected to be a challenging year for the shipping industry, the real test will be how effectively Maersk's integrator strategy can offset weakness in ocean shipping. The outcome may well shape the future structure of the industry. That's all for today. Thank you very much.